Hello gamers, this is GamerX here and welcome back to another video, and this is going to be a little different. In today's video we are going to be reviewing, well, trying to review, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I just went and saw it about 2 to 3, well, I got out of the theater around like 3-ish hours ago, so it's fairly fresh in my head, so I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions and try to make it somewhat organized and go over everything I want to go over. Hopefully. Let me start off by saying this will be a spoiler review. It will be a spoiler review, so like everything in the movie I'm gonna talk about. No, I'm not gonna not spoil anything. So if you don't want to be spoiled, leave, come back when you see the movie. If you've already seen it or don't care about spoilers, let's just jump into it. Also, bear in mind that I've never done a review ever. Well, I've done like I think a review on like a couple games here and there. That's about it. I've never done a review on a movie, and for me, I enjoy most movies, TV shows, anime. Like even if they're bad, I'll enjoy them. My thing is, it's hard for me to start some shows, anime, TV, or movies, especially if there's a lot of them. If it's something I already know, or I'm familiar with, or have enjoyed in the past, it will be easy for me to go and do it. But like if it's something completely new, or something that I haven't enjoyed a ton in the past, even though I just said I enjoy most, well, I said enjoy most, not all, then it's harder for me to get into it. But anyhow, enough of me rambling. Let's get into it. So story. I won't go over everything that happens in the story. I'll give a very brief summary. We go for the Red Ribbon Army, like a little like summary of the Red Ribbon Army and kind of the like point A to point B for it, like most of the important people involved, the downfall of the Red Ribbon Army, the androids, Dr. Giro's wife and kid, who's running the Red Ribbon Army right now, and you know all that fun stuff. So Magenta and Dr. Hito. Magenta is the current leader of the Red Ribbon Army, which is being disguised, I think, as a pharmaceutical company. And Dr. Hito is the grandson of Jiro, who's like super smart and whatnot. He did get put in jail, and you know Magenta met with him after he got out of jail, and they like agreed, oh, you know, make me powerful androids to help not take over the world, but take over the world, because Magenta kind of not really tricked Hito into making them think that like the Capsule Corporation was full of like evil people and the Red Ribbon Army were like good guys. And he like kind of bought it but didn't. And then, you know, we go to Gohan and Pan, or not Gohan and Pan, Piccolo and Pan. I did 2 recordings of this. The first one, and now I'm doing this one. And I said Gohan and Pan before. No, it's Piccolo and Pan. You see them training, you see them kind of bonding, and getting some cute, fun, wholesome stuff. Then, Gamma 2 attacks Piccolo. They do a little sparring match. Piccolo gets beaten up, manages to escape and infiltrate the Red Ribbon Army base and kind of figure out their plans and whatnot. He sees both of the Gammas. He sees that a new creation is being worked on called Cell Max. And then, you know, he's freaking out. He tries to get Bulma to contact Whis, get Goku and Vegeta, who are off training on Beerus's planet with Broly. They don't respond, so it's up to him to figure it out. So he goes to Shenron, gets a power-up, a little power boost. And then he has the idea, because they want to draw out Gohan, since Gohan was the one who defeated Cell, the original Cell. And then they have the idea of kidnapping Pan. Piccolo goes along and helps with that to kind of try to, you know, bring Gohan back to his roots and, you know, get him to shatter his limits again and, you know, fight. So they go and kidnap Pan. They go tell Gohan. Gohan gets mad, has them take him to their Then Gohan fights one of the Gammas. It kind of goes back and forth with who's losing and trading blows and whatnot. And then, eventually Gohan goes from, into Super Saiyan, then he goes Ultimate. Then, he's beaten on the Gamma, then the other one tries to join in on the fight, and then Piccolo stops him, and then Piccolo uses his new form, Piccolo Unleashed, Ultimate Piccolo, whatever you want to call it. And then fights that Gamma. Then Piccolo ends up losing, and then awakens his orange Piccolo form, as he calls it, and then just destroys Gamma 2. Then, realizing they're losing, Magenta goes to try to wake Cell Max up. Hito sees this and is like, nah, that can't happen. Cell Max isn't ready yet. He's not, he ain't ready. So then he goes to try to stop him, and before Magenta dies, he does an awaken Cell Max, and then the whole time the Gammas are talking with them up there, realizing like, oh, they're not the bad guys, the Red Ribbon Army is the bad guys, and all that fun stuff. Then Cell Max emerges, and like all of the everyone starts fighting Cell Max and shooting blasts at him, punching him, all that. Then trying to remember how the events, because like that kind of went on for a little while. I mean, obviously Cell Max was strong and he was beating everyone up and whatnot. Then the game was revealed that his weak point is his head, so they try to get a lot of shots on his head. They throw like the fat failed Gotenks fusion at his head. They shoot beams at his head and whatnot, and like one of the attacks gets like a crack, but like that's basically it. Then Gamma 2 decides that he's gonna do it, like fly super high in the air and like just use all of his energy and charge straight down into Cell Max's head while everyone keeps him occupied. He does that. He does tear off Cell Max's arm and kind of like turns half of him like gray. But that doesn't, work. Then Cell Max goes to crush Gamma 2. Piccolo goes to save him. Kron's like, oh, Piccolo, you could turn giant. And then Piccolo's like, oh yeah, I forgot I could do that. Then Piccolo goes giant. They start fighting basically on the same size. And then, Gohan's like, oh, you can beat him, right? And then this is where they're like, oh no, Giant doesn't give me a power boost. It's just kind of a bluff thing. And then, so I guess it's interesting to learn. Then Piccolo's like, all right, I'm gonna hold him off. You, Gohan, charge up a big attack and hit it directly at him. And then Piccolo and a bunch of other people go and fight him. Gamma 1, Gamma 2 is on the ground unconscious, so he can't help. Hito is also still alive, but he's on the ground unconscious as well, cannot help. So everyone else goes to fight. Cell Max knocks like everyone out, and then looks like he kills Piccolo, but he doesn't. And then Gohan turns into his new form, Beast Gohan, which looks and sounds awesome. His hair can look a little. I'll get more of that, like with the forms later on. And then Gohan just destroys Cell Max, charges up a special beam cannon, shoots it through him. Then Cell Max explodes, is defeated. Then we have a little happy ending thing. Now, there is an end credit scene. I have to talk about the thing that I didn't talk about really, which is Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. So, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta were training on Beerus's planet. Whis has the idea of, oh, let's do a versus match with all three of you, and then Goku's like, nah, Broly's gonna like lose his mind, destroy everything. So then it just ends up being a Goku versus Vegeta fist fight, kick, whatever. No forms, no blasts, just straight up fist to fist combat. And then we see sneak peeks of that fight throughout the movie here and there. And then at the end, the end credit scene, Goku and Vegeta are completely exhausted. Vegeta just like the most pathetic slow punch at Goku, and then Goku just like falls over on his back, and then like Vegeta's like, yeah, I won, then he falls on his back. And, like, Beerus is asleep, no one cares, and then Lisa's like, oh yeah, Vegeta wins. I want to talk about that because I remember I've seen people like, dude, Vegeta won. I'm like, bro, listen, I'm happy for you, Vegeta fans, really. You guys finally got a win, but do you really want this as your win? It took both of them being exhausted, no one caring, and then Vegeta just like knocked him over, and then Vegeta fell over afterwards. Like, it's cool that they were like, okay, let's give Vegeta a win against Goku, but I mean, God, bro, that was like the I don't know. I feel like they could have done a little better with that. Like, it literally, like the fact that no one around that was watching cared. The fact that like they were both had to be so exhausted and like in base form. Like, I don't know, man. But I mean, hey, Vegeta got a win, so I guess that's cool. Um, but yeah, overall the story was good. I didn't have any problems with it. I think it was fine. It's definitely more story and like heartfelt than Broly, because Broly is just like 90% of the movie, or about like 60-70% of the movie is fighting, basically. This is much more like heartfelt moments and whatnot than fighting, but there's still a lot of fighting in it and a lot of good fighting, if that. Um, so let's move on to characters. I think all the new characters in here are really cool. Dr. Hito is cool. Learning more about Jiro and like, hey, Jiro's a grandson. Like, that's pretty cool. Seeing Jiro's like family, like his son, his wife, all that. It's really cool to like build the world out more. Magenta's fine. I mean, he serves his role, but he's nothing special. The Gammas I think are really cool additions. They're fun, they're enjoyable to watch, and they have some cool moments as well. And yeah, yeah. Forms, I think the two new well, there's three technically new forms. You have Ultimate Piccolo, Orange Piccolo, and Beast Gohan. I think they're all cool. Ultimate Piccolo looks fine, no problems at all. Orange Piccolo I think looks pretty cool. I love how he gets bigger and like he's more muscular and defined and whatnot. And seeing him go big was pretty cool as well. And then Beast Gohan I do think looks really cool. I will say Beast Gohan, the one thing I don't like about him is certain angles his hair can look ridiculous, like really ridiculous. But the good news about that is most of the angles they did with him, his hair looked fine. It didn't. The angles they did for most of it didn't really bug me at all. But that is something to keep in mind. And then yeah, I think the forms look cool. The powers they had were cool. The auras, all that stuff was pretty cool. Animation, I love the animation of this movie. Animation for it is top notch. It's amazing. It's spectacular. Honestly, when superhero was first revealed, I was like, the animation's okay. I really wish they did the Broly movie animation again though. But like, after looking at the trailers and whatnot, and everything, it was like, oh, okay, okay. Because I never really hated it. I saw a lot of people like when the animation was first shown for the movie. I saw a lot of people hate it. I never really hated it. I always again liked the Broly one more, but I thought that it looked fine. I don't have any problems with it, especially as trailers kept coming out. And after watching it in theater, I think honestly, I think it looks better than the Broly movie does. Um, Comparing like the best scene in the Broly movie or the best scenes to the best scenes in this movie, like I honestly like the way this looks more. The 3D does look a little weird in some scenes, specifically the ones where there's no fighting, it's just them walking around and whatnot. But when there's like the fighting one, it looks really, really good, which I'm happy about. I mean, that's the most important part, so I'm glad the most important parts look the best. And it's not like the other parts look bad at all. It's just they don't look. You can like in certain scenes, you can kind of tell like it looks a little wonky. But aside from that, I think it looks great. I personally like the way it looks more than the Broly movie, which I'm shocked by. And then with music, whereas I like the animation more in this movie compared to Broly, I think the music in Broly is better. The main theme for this movie is really, really good. The problem is that's kind of like it. Like all the other OSTs, like they're fine, they serve their purpose, but they didn't really, you know, hit with me. Whereas the main theme, I like as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, this is a really cool theme. The only thing that sucks about it is they use it for like most of the fights. But I mean, it's a good theme, so I guess it's fine. But I don't know. Like in the Broly movie, with the other, like every fight had a different OST basically. Like the Gogeta versus Broly had like the Gogeta Broly chant. Goku versus Broly had like that different chant with it. Blizzard played, you know, like there was a lot of different songs, and I feel like the songs in Broly were stronger and there were more of them. Whereas in Superhero, like yeah, the main theme is really good, but like that's kind of it, at least for me. So I'd probably say the music is the one thing that they could have done a little better on, but it's not the worst ever at all, and it's not bad. It's just I wish there was more variety with the, you know, the music in terms of like stuff on the same level as the main theme, but like for the different fights and maybe a main theme that had like vocals in it and whatnot. But anywho, overall thoughts. I thought the movie was really good. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you'll love it. Promise you. Um, you know, just a lot of cool things in it. Like genuinely, it's just raw Dragon Ball. Like that's what it is. You know, the new forms, the yelling, screaming, fighting, all that. With a little bit more heartfelt stuff than Broly had in it. And if I had to pick between the two, I probably would say I like Superhero more than Broly. I think Broly, in terms of hype, like Gogeta versus Broly, those two becoming canon characters and then that being the climatic battle, I don't think it's going to be very hard for them to top that because that's like one of, if not the best, like fight ever. But I think just overall, I like Superhero more, definitely. And then that's not to knock Broly and not say Broly's bad or anything. I still think Broly is fantastic and amazing, and I love it. I just would say I like Superhero more. But like if you like Broly more, yeah, I mean I could see why. Like honestly, like both movies are very very good. But yeah, I'm not gonna do like a ranking system and whatnot. Like it's just good. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I loved it. Um, So yeah, I think that's basically about it. I don't think I'm missing anything. Um, I hope you enjoyed my weird, kind of scuffed movie review thing. I just wanted to do something new and also talk about it because I was like, yeah, why not? I've never done a movie review before, so let's do it. Um, if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell to be notified any future uploads. Also, like, comment, let me know if you're going to see the movie. And if you have already seen the movie or are going to see the movie, let me know how you feel about it. I'd love to know. But yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic day or night, wherever it is where you are. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.